Here we've got a cicada exoskeleton, or so I thought. This is a animal that's pretty common in the Midwest of the United States. I'm not sure if they live elsewhere in the world. I mean, I'm sure they do. I just don't know where, if you were to look at a globe, where cicadas generally live or not. But around the summer and fall here in the Midwest, you can hear their song, I guess you might say. It's more of a shrill buzzing sound. It used to keep me awake all the time when I was a kid, but now I kind of like it. And you can hear this at night. And it's not uncommon to see these shells littering the trees and lawn furniture and pretty much everything else as they break out of their exoskeleton and emerge with a bigger version of themselves. And here's this exoskeleton, or that's what I thought it was, as I was walking from one building to my building at work, and I can literally look out the window of my building where I work and see the shrub that I took this in, which just goes to show you don't have to go super far to get an interesting photo. So anyway, I'm walking on the sidewalk, and I saw this exoskeleton, and I thought this would make a cool photo. So I ran to grab my camera, and I went back, and I noticed that it was actually alive. And I don't often see alive cicadas. I usually see the evidence of live cicadas. And he was just hanging out. So I sat there for a couple minutes, and I was able to use my close-up filters and get a whole bunch of different shots of this cicada. It wasn't moving fast. In fact, it was barely moving at all. I'm guessing that night it probably left its exoskeleton and flew away a brand new man, or a brand new insect, as it were. And it was fun to try both the +4 and the +10 filter. Tried a lot of different angles, and there was something I couldn't quite figure out, which is I was having trouble focusing on his eye, and you can see his eye right there, just to the up and left of center in the photo. And when I got a closer look at the bug itself, not the pictures of the bug, but I was sitting there looking at the bug, I realized his eye was covered with this bubble, and it was causing a lot of weird focusing issues. I couldn't quite nail focus, and that was why. The bubble around his eye was distorting the light. So if you look at it and it seems slightly ill-focused, that's why. I blame physics. And I think I might have artificially sharpened that with a brush in Lightroom. But I think the hardest part about this photo was finding an angle to shoot it at, and finding the right aperture to use in order to get the desired depth of field. And I wish I could remember. I don't. I know I shot it using my D200 camera. So this picture, if you like it, was taken with a camera that was made in 2006. So as of now, it's about 11 years old. So it's not a fancy camera by any means. Just goes to show you don't need a fancy camera all the time. And I might have shot this at, you know what, I think it was my +4 filter. And I think I shot this at either f4 or f5.6 to get the desired depth of field. So it was a lot of fun trying this and trying a couple different things and looking at this from a couple different angles. And Mr. Cicada, wherever you are, thank you for holding still for about 2 minutes for me to take your picture. I really appreciated it, and I enjoyed doing it.